Hello everyone, welcome to Students Point. This is 15th of August, so the day marks the Independence Day of India. So first of all, happy Independence to all of you. And today is the 74th Independence Day for India. So first let's see the timeline of events which happened in the year of India's independence in 1947. Prime Minister Attlee of Britain passed an statement on February 28th of 1947. Under this statement, he set the time limit of 30th of June 1948 as a deadline for transfer of power irrespective of any situation in India, because India was suffering from constitutional crisis at that time and was also suffering from communal violence and riots across the countries. And to get away from the responsibilities of communal violence and constitutional crisis, Clement Attlee announced deadline at the earliest, that was 30th of June 1948. However, Mountbatten came with a plan called as Mountbatten Plan on 3rd of June 1947 itself, and the plan proposed freedom with partition, which was accepted in India's Independence Act, and India's Independence Act was passed based on Mountbatten Plan on 5th of July 1947, and the deadline was set to be June 30th 1948, but the Indian Independence Act was implemented on 15th of August itself, so India became independent on 15th of August 1947 itself. So let's begin. And if you wish to get PDF of all these videos, you can join us on Telegram by writing the channel name Students Point. You can also follow us on Instagram by writing the username The Students Point. And if you are finding these videos useful, don't forget to like the video and do share the video with your friends and loved ones to contribute in the growth of the channel. So let's begin. But first, let's see question for the day. Everyone has to try to answer this question in the comment section. The question is, who has been conferred Asian College of Journalism Award 2019 for investigative journalism? These are the options. Read the options very carefully, then answer it. Let's begin now. The first question. Sarthak in news recently is a or an? So it is an offshore patrol vessel. So here A is the right answer. And this is the offshore patrol vessel Sarthak. Sarthak is the fourth in the series of 5 offshore patrol vessels deployed by Coast Guards to enhance maritime security. It has been designed and built indigenously by Goa Shipyard Limited. The ship is fitted with state-of-the-art navigation and communication equipment, sensors and machinery. Next question now. What time has been fixed beyond which, if private trains will reach destination, it will be deemed to have lost punctuality? So it is just 15 minutes. We have seen a news that Indian Railway has allowed in some route private sectors to operate trains, and private sectors operating trains, if they reach to destination within 15 minutes, then it is okay. But if they reach to the destination beyond 15 minutes, then it will be called as late or they have lost the punctuality. And in that case, they have to pay some penalty. And Indian Railways has recently released draft key performance indicators for private operators. Under this draft key performance indicators, private railway operators have to pay penalties for misreporting their revenue or in case of train cancellations for reasons attributable to them. Private entities have to pay heavy penalties in case of trains they operate are delayed or reach destinations even early. So note here that not only in case of delay reach to destination, but also if they reach to destination at early time, then also they have to pay penalty. And private train operators have to maintain 95% punctuality through the year. And the haulage charge, which is the fee that private operators will have to pay to use railways infrastructure, will be rupees 512 per kilometer. So private sectors will have to pay rupees 512 per kilometer for using railways infrastructure. And today is the last date for the offer. The offer is for reduced price for 3 months, which is just rupees 200 till 15th, that is till today. And for 6 months, it is just rupees 385. After which the prices will be back to the normal, that is 420 for 6 months and 219 for 3 months. For 1 month you can also subscribe at just rupees 79. The offer is valid till today, so don't miss this opportunity. Grab this opportunity, and after subscribing to either of the plan, send your confirmation at pointstudent2020@gmail.com. Thereafter you will start getting all the required materials, and you can subscribe by pressing on the link which will be provided in the comment section at the top and the description box in the beginning. And those who are unaware of it, let me tell you that the tests are organized for every month on 15th and afterwards of every month. The tests are organized 4 different subjects which include topics of polity, economy, international news, science and tech, environment, history and culture, and small topics are covered in miscellaneous. And the test try to cover not only the current affairs portions but also the static portions which can be linked to the topic which were in news for that month. So it will ensure a comprehensive preparation for your examinations, and please appreciate that all detailed explanation will not only be relevant for your prelims but also in the mains examinations. After prelims you have to consolidate all the information which you will be gaining throughout this year. Next question now. Who heads National Expert Group on Vaccine Administration formulated by Central Government? So it is being headed by VK Paul. So here D is the right answer. And recently Central Government has formulated an expert committee, namely National Expert Group on Vaccine Administration, under the chairmanship of Dr. VK Paul, who is member at the Niti Aayog, and it is to consider logistics, ethical aspects of procurement and administration of COVID-19 vaccine in discussion with all state governments and vaccine manufacturers. Next question now. Consider the following statements about Novel Innovation and Indigenization Organization. It is a 3-tiered organization, will enable its end users to interact with academia as well as industry for the promotion of innovation and indigenization for self-reliance in defense. This is correct. So from prelims perspective, this point is important, that it is 3-tiered organization, not 2-tiered or 4-tiered. It is 3-tiered organization. What are these organizations? We will see. And it has been launched by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. This statement is also correct. So here both of the statements are correct. C is the right answer. The 3 organizations, namely Novel Technology Acceleration Council, in short called as NTAC. It will bring together the twin aspects of innovation and indigenization and provide apex level directives, while another body called as a working group under NTAC will implement the projects. The third one is Technology Development Acceleration Cell. It has been created for induction of emerging disruptive technology in accelerated time frame. And a compendium of Indian Navy's indigenization perspective plans titled as Swabalamban has also been released on this occasion. Next question now. Guli Falu Port or Tilla Fuzi Industrial Zone in news recently is located in, so it is located in Maldives. So here B is the right answer. And it was in news because External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has announced that India will fund implementation of Greater Malay Connectivity Project through a $400 million line of credit and $100 million grants. What is line of credit? See, line of credit are a type of credit which is provided to a country, and interest on this line of credit is imposed only when amount from this credit is used. See, normally what happens, when you give loan to someone, you charge interest on that amount, but the moment you lend that money to a person, you start charging and calculating interest from that very date. However, line of credit is a bit different from normal type of credit. In line of credit, you did not charge or calculate the interest rate from the date you provide the amount to that entity. Instead, you charge interest rate on that amount only when that entity uses that money. For instance, let's say India is lending in terms of line of credit 400 million USD to Maldives. So India will charge interest on this much amount of money only when Maldives will use this money, not when Maldives is keeping this money with itself. And what is grant? See, grant is normally like assistance. It does not require to be returned or no interest is charged on this amount. It is just a help to another country or another entity. And this 6.7 kilometer bridge project connecting Malé to Gule Falu port and Thila Fuzi industrial zone will help revitalize and transform Maldivian economy. And this is the bridge which will be constructed to link Malé with this industrial zone and this port. Next question now. Consider the following statements about Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau. It is an attached office of Government of India under Ministry of Civil Aviation. This is correct. And the agency was established in 2011, and the Aircraft Investigation of Accidents and Incidents Rule 2012 governs its functioning. This is also correct. So again, both of these statements are correct. So C is the right answer. And AAIB is responsible for classification of safety occurrences involving aircraft operating in Indian airspace into accidents, serious incidents, and incidents. So these are different classifications of safety occurrences. It was in news because Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau has ordered investigation into the Air India Express aircraft crash at Kozhikode Airport, and the probe of aircraft crash is done by a 5-member team headed by Captain S.S. Chahar. Next question now. Consider the following statements about Hindustan, Urvarak and Rasayan Limited. It is a joint venture company by Coal India Limited, NTPC Limited and Indian Oil Corporation Limited as the lead promoters, with the Fertilizer Corporation of India Limited and Hindustan Fertilizer Corporation Limited as other two partners. This is correct. So these are the partner entities which have jointly created this Hindustan, Urvarak and Rasayan Limited, which are CIL, NTPC Limited, IOCL, FCIL and HFCL. It was incorporated in 2016. This is also correct. So again here C is the right answer. And it was in news because Union Minister of Chemicals and Fertilizers has reviewed the progress of 3 upcoming projects of Hindustan Urvarak Rasayan Limited, which are at Gorakhpur, Barauni, Sindri in New Delhi. Next question now. Consider the following statements about abscisic acid. It is a plant hormone. This is correct. And it is responsible for developmental processes including seed and bud dormancy, control of organ size and stomatal closure. This statement is correct absolutely, and it is especially important for plants in the response to environmental stresses like drought, soil salinity, cold tolerance, freezing tolerance, heat stress and heavy metal ion tolerance. This is also correct. So again here C is the right answer. And it was in news because Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research based in Bhopal has conducted a study on seed germination that could have a major impact on agriculture in the long run. The study focused on interplay between plant hormone like abscisic acid, which inhibit sprouting of seeding, and environmental cues like light, which promotes a sprouting processes, and darkness. And if you have not liked the video yet, do like it and do share the video with your friends and loved ones. Next question now. Which is the first Gulf Arab country to establish full diplomatic relations with Israel? So it is UAE. United Arab Emirates became the first Gulf Arab countries and the third Arab country to establish full active diplomatic ties with Israel after Egypt and Jordan. So earlier Egypt and Jordan has also established full diplomatic ties with Israel, and now UAE became the third Arab nation to do so. Remember that both Israel and UAE are key allies of United States, and both Israel and UAE shares one more common ground, that is both don't like Iran in that area, and under the deal Israel would suspend its plan to annex large part of occupied West Bank. Next question now. Which country has recently ratified International Labour Organization's Convention on Worst Form of Child Labour? So it is Kingdom of Tonga. Kingdom of Tonga became the recent country to ratify to this convention, and as such, after ratification of Kingdom of Tonga, all 187 members of International Labour Organizations ratified this convention. This convention is also called as Convention number 182. Remember this fact, very important fact, that it is also called as Convention number 182. While Sustainable Development Goal Target 8.7 aims to eradicate child labour. Again, very important fact, SDG Target 8.7 aims to eradicate child labour, and United Nations General Assembly has declared the 2021 as the year for elimination of child labour. Now you are getting 3 very important facts. UNGA established or has declared 2021 as year of elimination of child labour, SDG 8.7 for eradication of child labour, and this convention is also called as Convention number 182. Let's see some more in news. National Highways Authority of India signed MOU with IIT Delhi to set up a Center of Excellence for use of artificial intelligence in data-driven decision making and advancement in data management for highways. So I hope you find the video useful. Do like and do share the video, subscribe and press the bell icon. Wait for the upcoming video. Until then, stay safe and see you all again tomorrow.